last video we discussed about structure of atom some portion. So in this video also we will continue that same lesson. In our last video we discussed about wave nature of light and what are that characteristics of that wave and electromagnetic spectrum and the definition of visible spectrum we discussed in our last video. So once I want to remind again the important definitions of electromagnetic spectrum. The entire spectrum, the entire electromagnetic wave that is called electromagnetic spectrum, means we are having so many waves band. So from starting to end, this is called electromagnetic. The entire wave is called electromagnetic spectrum. And visible spectrum means in this wave, in this electromagnetic waves, we are seeing some portion only. That portion we are saying visible spectrum, means we can see from violet to red. That is called visible spectrum. These definitions we discussed in our last video. Electromagnetic spectrum emitted energy. So when that electromagnetic radiation or spectrum emitted, means coming outside, so it emits some energy. That energy is formed in the form of h nu. This is explained by Planck. He is one of the scientists. So he explained about how that electromagnetic radiations are emitted in the form of energy. All these are explained in further class. That means in your intermediate you will learn about clearly about what is this h and what is this nu clearly, and some problems also there that completely you will learn in your intermediate, but only very shortly they introduced in this 10th class. So you just learn this topic, this one only. Electromagnetic spectrum emitted energy. That energy is formed in the form of h nu. So this is explained by Planck. The frequency of energy represented, this energy is represented by E is equal to h nu. The value of 1 h nu, is equal to 6.626 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joule into second. So the value, the h nu value also they gave 6.6. So from this only you will get some problems in the intermediate. Here E means energy and h means Planck constant and nu means frequency. Here they in the 10th class they will give some problems related to this E is equal to h nu. That means they will give h value and they will give frequency nu value. So you should calculate energy. This type of problems sometimes you will get in the public exams. So this one is said by Planck's scientist. What he said? Electromagnetic spectrum emitted energy. That energy we are saying in the form of h nu. So that energy E is equal to h nu. The value of h nu is equal to 6.626 into 10 to the power of minus 34. And energy E represent energy, h represent Planck's constant, and nu represent frequency. Activity 2, that was in your textbook. Read it. This activity 2 is very important. So check once in your textbook. So here what they gave in the textbook: take a pinch of cupric chloride in a watch glass. So take a watch glass. In that watch glass take some quantity of cupric chloride and make a paste with concentrated HCl, hydrochloric acid. So take small quantity of cupric chloride, to that add hydrochloric acid and paste it. Take this paste on a platinum loop. So it is looking like a stick. So platinum, it was made by platinum, that loop was. So take a small quantity of paste with platinum loop and introduce it into non-luminous flame. That means the flame, it should not contain any smoke. So in that flame, the flame which is not containing any smoke, in that flame you should introduce. So take watch glass. To this watch glass add some quantity of cupric chloride and hydrochloric acid and make a paste. To this paste take with platinum loop and introduce into flame, the flame which is not containing any smoke. So what you will observe, the same thing you will do again with strontium chloride. So these two compounds, cupric chloride and strontium chloride, the same process you will do again with strontium chloride. So what you will observe, the cupric chloride, it produces a green color flame. So automatically the flame, it will convert into green color. It will give only green color, that cupric chloride. And strontium chloride, it gives crimson red color, that is like red color flame. And like that, the same thing, sodium vapors. The sodium vapors, it gives yellow color light. This which we observe in the street lights. In some street lights on the beside the highway, we are observing some yellow color lights. That yellow color lights are filled with this sodium only. That's why we are observing yellow color. These are very important. What is that cupric chloride? When we introduce it into flame, so immediately you should write it gives green color flame. These colors every time, maximum in the exams they will ask. Strontium chloride, what is the strontium chloride color? When we introduce it into flame, crimson red color. What is the color of sodium vapors? Yellow light. These colors maximum you should read. These are very important. Always you will observe in the exams, and they will ask this activity also. So read carefully in your textbook this activity. Scientists found that each element emits its own characteristic color. For example, strontium chloride, it is giving crimson red color, and sodium, it is giving yellow color light, and cupric chloride, it is giving blue color light. Like that, scientists, they found that each element it emits its own characteristic color. Each element, it is giving their own colors. This is called line spectra. This type of character is called line spectra. Line spectra means it which gives only single color. Some elements, they will give more than 2 colors, more than 3 colors. But which elements are giving only that single color, that is called line spectra. So very important, line spectra. And what is the use of this line spectra? Uses of line spectra: identify unknown atoms. So it is used for identifying the unknown atoms. Means, for example, now I am walking on the earth. So now I observed that yellow color element. So immediately what we can say, that is sodium, because sodium only will give yellow color light. For example, it was crimson red color is there, some stone is there that is having crimson red color. So immediately what you will say, that is strontium chloride. Like that, based on that colors, we can identify that unknown atoms. So for example, if the atom was in the blue color, so immediately you can say that is cupric chloride. So based on that colors, we can identify that unknown atom. So this is also very important. What is the use of line spectra? They will ask you in the exams maybe. So you should say it is used for identifying the unknown atoms. It is just like fingerprints are used to identify people. So the different peoples are having different fingerprints. So my fingerprint never matched with any other person. So we can identify easily those fingerprints are which person having. Like that colors, by using that colors, we can identify which atom is that. Like that, just like fingerprints. They will ask you this type of question also. So just like fingerprints are used to identify that criminals. This is an example for which spectra they will ask you. So you should say that that is line spectra. In this video, we discussed about electromagnetic spectrum and visible spectrum, Planck's constant, what is the value of that Planck's constant, and we discussed activity also, the crimson red color and cupric chloride, strontium chloride, and we discussed about line spectra. What is that uses of that line spectra? Those we discussed in this video. Read once your textbook, and at a time periodic table also. So if you read periodic table, then you can understand easily chemistry topics. So read this activity too, and along with periodic table. Thank you.